Hello, my friends. If you're here in the future, welcome. I hope the future is well, and so are you. Today, we're playing some Subnautica. I kind of just got the random mood to play it. I think I mentioned it like once or twice before, at least. But I've got the itch. It could be I started watching Lost again last night. And I haven't watched it since I was a kid when it was coming out on TV. Haven't watched it in the age of binge watching. It's really different. I'm only in, like, as far as the pilot. But I have a feeling it's going to be different considering how different it feels without the commercial breaks, for instance. Let alone without a week between the episodes. Either way, a little bit different. Now I'm on an alien planet. Just gonna start a new game for us on stream. I do have another save going, but I am pretty far in on that one. That's the furthest I've ever been. I like that this game has a press any button to continue as well.
Launch in 3, 2, 1.
They did a good job in the audio for this. Like, the general feeling of this, like, it feels like falling. Being on fire as you crash onto an ocean planet sucks, though. And now I'm in control. I like how everybody has a story in this. Oh, fire's coming back. My sensitivity is a little bit high. Just a bit. I may end up adjusting that again. Because it may be different under the water.
You have suffered.
They would have a little jingle, wouldn't they?
This is considered an optimal outcome. This PDA has now rebooted in emergency mode.
We will learn that this is the optimal outcome.
On an alien world, please refer to the databank for detailed survival advice. Good luck.
The more you find out in this world, the more you find this was lucky. The pod was on fire, and we bonked our head, but it worked out. Okay, it's not gonna let us do, like, anything yet. We can at least grab that. Do we have a repair tool laying anywhere? We've got flares, we've got a little bit of water and food. It's like emergency storage. I gotta remember the buttons for this game. Let's climb the ladder, have a look out.
The Aurora suffered orbital hull failure. Cause unknown.
Quite something when you see it like this.
Signs detected.
That looks like what I'm thinking of. Cloud that doesn't move. I didn't notice the first few times that I played this, really. The clouds. I didn't spend much time above water, except the sunsets. They're really pretty. Let's see. Fabricator. Okay, now it's just grayed out because we don't have anything. how there's a special first view for each of those. I do not like this. Even this nice little safe zone is so uncomfortable for me. Alright, there's something I'm meant to be doing. How is it that I make tools? Because there's like a knife that I need. I think it's just stuff that I can pick up at first. Let's see, tools. We need a repair tool, which is going to take several things. Survival knife takes less. For some reason, I feel like I should have started with more than just the fire extinguisher. We'll take some stuff with us, actually. We're gonna end up eating that immediately. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not seeing anything here. I think we are just gonna have to make everything. Been a while since I played. Ah, yeah, I forgot I can just do it by hand.
Of all powered equipment, your probability of survival has just increased to unlikely, but plausible.
Unlikely, but plausible. She's a fun friend to have in this. I can't wait to have the scanning tool. I have a fish. This is another game that the music really makes it. I feel like the vibes would not be nearly as impeccable. There it is. And then we need rubber. Rubber. Tells me what I make rubber out of. Creepvine seed clusters. Probably want one of those. Yeah, if I'm gonna spend any amount of time underwater, we'll do that first. Now I can be under the water.
New blueprint acquired.
I forgot how rewarding they make everything feel. See, I remember needing the knife for the kelp. I must be able to gather it with something else.
The fabricator cooks small organisms while disposing of the skeletal structure, bodily fluids, and internal organs, thus rendering them safe for human consumption.
Well, that's nice. It's very convenient. Like, I wonder how it tastes. Because if it tastes good as well, you know, like, what if it's like an air fryer? It's just like really efficient at what it does. Yeah, if I'm remembering correctly, I gotta go over here and be super uncomfortable around the shark things to get the seed clusters. But I guess I should be able to do that by hand. A lot of the stuff that I remember doing with a knife, I'm probably going to be stuck doing by hand right now. Oh, is that the sun going down? Not quite yet, but soon. There's some eggs down there. don't really want to be too close to the sharky things, but there's not much to be done about that. There, we grabbed some, and I'm getting out of here. I am not a shiny, there's plenty of salvage for you.
Life on this planet
They're kind of like
grows in
magpies.
distinct and diverse ecological biomes. Further study recommended.
I know, I was just saying how excited I am for the scanner. I like that the guide in this game is built into the game. So like, instead of just a quest log and stuff, prompts magically appearing on your screen, I guess because your character's thinking about them, it's an internal dialogue. There, we got some rubber. Oh, we need several things.
Weapons were removed from standard survival blueprints following the massacre on Abraxas Prime. The knife remains the only exception.
You need a survival knife. I guess that is limiting enough, isn't it? Alright, we got some fins out of that,
The
too.
fabricator draws from available data to provide environment-appropriate equipment, using locally available materials. For your safety, this setting cannot be overridden. Detecting increased local radiation levels. Trend is consistent with damage to the Aurora's drive core, sustained during planet fall.
Bad news. We missed the sunset. Those things, like, glow a little, though. They remind me of moths, but they move like birds. Just slashing with my knife. Maybe I should put that away for now. What will we need next? Would be nice to have a better O2 tank. But what we really need is our tools. We need a repair tool. Cave sulfur. I need to go deal with the explodey guys. We'll make more rubber, because it looks like we're gonna need plenty of it. We need a battery as well. Alright, we'll need acid mushrooms and sulfur, which we're going to the same place for it. It's basically straight down from here. But it's gonna be easier once there's light. Thankfully, the nights are pretty quick on this planet. It's also kind of fun about this game that there is an actual explanation as to why the days and the nights are different lengths. Like, there's so many little details about this game that I think are really, really well done for the purposes of immersion. And that is what I am looking for in a game like this. I like how many things glow on this planet. Also, can I not take a nap here or something? There will be more to do during the nights when we actually have materials. Forgetting the tab button. Escape works for most things in Zomboid. Just getting out of menus. We guess we could mess around under the water in the dark, but it's pretty dark. Things glow, but not gonna lie, being under the water is bad enough without it being dark. For me, anyway. If I'm in the shallows, I'm real safe here, except I've seen things end up places they shouldn't in this game. Yeah, basically everything offline, except flotation device worked and hull integrity okay. That's big for us. We've got another first aid kit. We didn't use the first one. Just kind of saving it for a rainy day. I don't remember what I used to do during the nights at first. I'm used to having a whole setup. I guess we'll look at the recipes. That's probably what I did the first time, is just stand here and look at all the recipes. More food. Yes. Catch a little bit of the sunrise here. This is nice. We do only have a matter of time before explosions, though. Alright, these are the acid mushrooms we're looking for. Just gonna grab a bunch of them. Now, these guys are pretty friendly, the manatee looking guys. The only thing here that's really concerning is what I'm going in these caves after, frankly. Oh, I don't like when the music shifts like that, though. I am in a safe area, okay? I'm definitely safe. Where is it? There's a specific little cave system that I used to go in. I think it does connect to this. Maybe the life pod doesn't land in exactly the same place every time. I don't know. Here. That thing. Ran away. This is why we wanted the flippers. Whoa! Was not expecting the second one. That shit made me jump. But now we've got two. I'm glad that Streamcat is so patient with me. I jumped and she's like, what's going on? Alright, we need a battery. Boom.
New blueprint acquired.
Love that. It's like, oh, you might find this useful. We need more rubber. We can make the scanner first. Unless I put away the rubber.
Can be used to synthesize blueprints from
Yeah.
salvage technology and to record alien biological data.
There we got the stuff. poked myself with it. Alright, so first thing we're gonna do, self-scan. What's going on here?
Complete. Vital signs normal. Continuing to monitor.
Vital signs normal. This is where we start out. Alright, let's start repairing some stuff.
LifePod secondary systems online. Running full environment diagnostic and outputting results to data
It's
bank.
pulling the smoke out. Oh, that's really cool to see. It actually, like, does it over time. That's fun. And this is still blowing out smoke, so it's still pulling in there. These are some cool life pods. Okay.
Radio online. Broadcasting emergency distress signal.
This is Aurora. Distress signal received. Rescue operation will be dispatched to your location in 9 hours. Continue to monitor for emergency transmissions from other life pods.
Very promising. Alright, so... yeah, I'm happy with that order. We'll put away some of our mushrooms. So it looks like we can keep those for a while. Keep a inventory free of stuff so we can grab more stuff. We're gonna need water. We need more bladderfish. So I'm gonna be grabbing fish as I go along. I'm gonna be scanning stuff. Another self-scan while I'm under the water. Still normal. We'll scan our acid mushrooms. Gasopod. Why are you going into your own gas, buddy? There we go. We'll do some reading during the night about what we discovered out here. That'll keep us busy if we don't have any crafting to do. Ah.
Alien life forms may have unexpected applications. Oxygen. Utilizing alien resources is a proven survival strategy.
See, I actually do like that it has oxygen warnings because we're not in tune with our character. If we could tell that our character was, like, running out of air in a way that was more urgent. Oh, don't go after me. I just want to scan you. Stalker, that's what these are called. There, it's got something. Hopefully it won't be territorial of it. I just want to scan you. There we go. Oh, it spotted me. I don't want none. I am not a shiny. Go away. Okay. The Gary. Oh, hello. If I have to swim into a coral tube, I will. I feel safe in here until I need air. Alright, so we need more bladderfish. I'd really like that rocket thing. The spinner. I'm not gonna remember the actual name of these things, but you know what I'm talking about. It goes bzz, 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 and I go zoom. I would like to go zoom. I'm remembering all the noises that the different things make. And there's something about recognizing some noises and not recognizing others that makes the noises that you don't recognize mean something. Because when you don't recognize all of them, yeah, all of them are kind of spooky if you're scared of the ocean like me. Do we have another message? No, okay. Water.
Caution. Continued degradation of the Aurora's drive core may result in a quantum detonation. Continuing to monitor. It is common for those accustomed to synthetic foods to be repulsed by eating an animal carcass. Remember that humans survived this way for millennia. You can too.
So apparently that's difficult for my character right there. Fiber mesh, that's what those are for. Okay, we'll put that away too. It's not nighttime, but there was something I wanted to build that I've completely forgotten at this point. A flashlight would be nice. That one's gonna be easier. Sea Glide, that's what it's called. Ingredients on. Oh yeah, I gotta go around scanning stuff. That's what it was. Okay. More scanning. We'll scan, we'll pick some materials up. It's like we gotta... Oh, we can't scan quartz. I think I can scan the, like, limestone and stuff like that, though. The shallows spook me a lot less than the areas that are dark, unless you have a flashlight. Yeah, limestone chunk I can scan. I remember the Kelpie area having a lot more wreckage that's scannable, but there is some stuff in the shallows as well that'll be a lot safer to access. Especially not having the Sea Glide. Kind of oh, blue palm. We got a new plant. We can't really harvest those. It looks like they're not useful. But we're learning about the planet. We're cataloging. Some ecologist somewhere is gonna be overjoyed whenever they receive the data. It's kind of fun catching a glimpse of your shadow every now and then. I keep thinking I'm working with less air than I am. Whoa. There we are. Surprisingly calm bladderfish. metal salvage will be great for all the titanium we get out of it, because we're going to need that for environment building. Sea glide fragment, there we are. We only need 2 parts for that. Gonna head back towards the pod. Sun is looking low. The stakes are high. I haven't died yet. I feel like I can't still. I think there was another one of those little boxes around us. You can see why the peepers are called peepers. The way the fish are named, it's like, has somebody been here already, or is the system he's working with, like, is the AI assistant just that good at working with humans?
Receiving pre-recorded distress call, laying back.
This is LifePod 3, uploading our coordinates. We're plugging some holes in our emergency sea glide, so if we're late for the rendezvous, don't panic. Also, don't go home without us. Seriously. 3 out.
Still operating under the assumption that this is going to be easy. They're not far. They're really not far. Do we get to see the sunset, or... Nah, I'm a little late for that. We'll spend some time crafting. Hey, I actually caught a few of them today. It will be nice to have an aquarium with them eventually. But I'm probably not going to build in the shallows. The last time I played, I didn't, at least. And it felt better. Like, there's more space. The metal salvage is just going to be the most useful to us in this form, since it stacks like so large. Nothing stacks in this, the way the inventory works. And we have not put down any extra storage yet. We're gonna need to, judging by all that. My least favorite part of this is the eating noises. We'll make some of these, or at least just one of them, because it takes 10. If we're eventually going to need that, which we are eventually going to need that, may as well refine it now. Alright, I can carry one on me. Alright, so we don't know how to make the sea glide yet. We do know how to make a waterproof locker, so we do have storage if we need it. We kind of just gotta go around scanning stuff. I might make a Pathfinder tool this time. I didn't last time I played, and it made me hesitant to go into the caves. Because underwater caves are difficult to navigate. Habitat builder I may as well start working on. can pull that up on the right side of my screen if I'm remembering it. Yeah, right click to do that. And then wiring kit needs this. Computer chip needs this. And just a battery. There we go. Yeah, I like how they've done that, except it disappears as soon as I pull that up. So I still have to remember. And then we don't have any silver. Just gonna have to find more stuff for that. It would actually be good to carry a spare battery around with us. I'm gonna hold back on that for now. Let's go up here, and I'm gonna do some reading while we wait for daytime. Ah, yes, we have the blueprints here, too. Now we need silver for that. We've got a little bit of glass, but we could stand to make some more. We'll have several things we can make as soon as we have silver. There's the light coming. We could just try swimming over there. I don't like swimming over there without having oh, what's it called? Sea Glide, yeah. Without having the Sea Glide. See, they've reported theirs damage. I don't have one. I guess that does mean that they'll have something for me to scan over there. But really, I just have to find one more bit. Ah, Stalker Tooth. I should have scanned that before I picked it up. Whole fish. I mean, that is the distinct part about it. I'd hate to be called that, though. Imagine being named based off of such a feature. Salt deposit. Ah, this place. I had forgotten about this. We'll need to duck out at some point, but lots of quartz here. Usually lots of deposits. Yeah, outcrops, that's what they're called. We'll be able to make some glass out of the quartz. The music's making me nervous. It loves to do that to me. Another one of those things. Could try scanning it. Whew, I got the scan. Yeah, those things are difficult to get away from without the Sea Glide. Can I scan again? Yeah. Sulfur plant.
Detecting sulfur deposits in the local cave systems. Sulfur is an essential component of the repair tool.
Well, really? I mean, I guess that is a very useful hint if you made the scanner, but not the repair tool. Like, I don't want to go too far into those little caves. I don't know how long it's going to be until I can get
Local radiation
out.
readings suggest the Aurora's drive core has reached critical state. Quantum detonation will occur within 2 hours.
I feel like it would be fun to play with the goal of getting to the Aurora before that happens. I have not been quick enough with it yet. But if you know this game, like, really well, like, where everything is, then you almost certainly could. You know what? I'm gonna start moving that direction. If I don't find a sea glide, then I'll be surprised at this rate. Ooh, hoopfish. Cool little guy. See, yeah, there's more salvage there. Nothing scannable so far. Is that one of those oxygen producing things? Brain coral. See, there's bubbles. Yes, we can get oxygen there. And an egg? Creature egg. I don't want to take that with me. I don't have anywhere for it. I'm pretty sure it's a stalker. That looks like something to scan right there. And also a freaky cave. I am a dolphin. Jumping over the water like that. Sea glide fragment. We got it.
New blueprint acquired.
Let me guess. Are we going to need silver? Ah, yeah, that area. It's another way in. Starting to see more wreckage. And the scan there, disappointing. Trash can, we can scan this.
New blueprint acquired.
There'll be all kinds of stuff when there's wreckage like this. There's no guarantee I'll actually find it again, so... Kind of makes sense, considering they like to carry things off. Especially wreckage and shiny things. You know what? If it's this close, I'll just go there, but... This is rather uncomfortable. Another sea glide fragment. We're just getting more materials off of it at this point, but... Oh, it doesn't let me swing down into it like that. There's a broken side. Yeah, there it is. Got some info.
Acquired.
More info.
Integrating new PDA data.
Why is she yelling at me all of a sudden? Alright, nothing else? Yes, yeah, they're just making sure I have my sea glide. I'll grab some of these while I'm here. Not much room for them, but can just grab what we can. Still don't think we've found silver. I'm not remembering if the limestone outcrops even give silver. It is excruciatingly slow swimming like this in the beginning. Hello, hello. Oh, where you going, kitty? Thank you for the follow. Not much. Getting back into a game I have not played for a while, but do love, despite not liking the ocean. I guess it's just a testament to how good this game is, you know? Battery, copper wire.
Lubricant is essential in construction of vehicles and power plants.
We already have a battery, I can just grab that. We will make another for the other project. Copper wire, that's what it was. We already had copper on us. For some reason I didn't think we'd gotten any. Subnautica 2 Early Access is happening this year. Good to know.
Safety, please pack supplies for long journeys and stay within 5 kilometers of the nearest life pod or habitat.
So I know from a friend that's also really into Subnautica, like specifically like this Subnautica, the sequel that was already out, they were really disappointed by. So it's good to hear there's a Subnautica 2 that might actually be worth getting excited about. Yeah, I haven't actually finished this game. So it sounds like this is the exact right time for it. 4-player co-op would be awesome. Yeah. Like, if it's anything like this game, then that's going to be awesome. I already have a few people in mind that I'd play this game with as well. Maybe on stream sometime. We will have to see how things go. Alright, then... Oh, I'm just gonna equip that. Oh wait, I don't equip it. I forgot. I have to just hold on to it. That means I need to change the bindings. That's the repair tool. We'll keep the scanner on 2. The knife only does us so much good. You enjoyed Subnautica Below Zero. It was fun exploring a mini Antarctica. The story was slightly below average, but it was still fun exploring the south side of the planet. Fair. Yeah, my friend, their issue with the game was they felt that the crafting system was a severe downgrade compared to this game. But that's less of an issue with the story and more with the mechanics.
Pre-recorded distress call.
This is Ozzy from the cafeteria. What the hell, guys? They didn't warn us this might happen. Our pod was almost crushed by the Seamoth Bay on the way down. Now we're hanging on the edge of a cave system.
Oof.
This grim-looking snake thing's trying to eat through the hull. Come get us already.
Signal location uploaded to PDA has occurred in the Aurora's drive core. The reactor
Come
will
on.
reach a supercritical state in T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7,
Oh, we get to come up here to watch.
5, 4, 3, 2.
That is always quite something.
For your convenience, the radiation suit has been new blueprint agonist. Congratulations, survivor. You have exceeded your weekly exercise quotient by 500%. Data indicates that swimming was your favorite activity. Be sure to vary your routine for uniform muscle development.
I'll get on that. I'll start doing jumping jacks up here. All of that at once is crazy. And you agree with them on that? Lithium felt even more rare than it already is in the normal Subnautica. And yeah, you joined when the Aurora exploded. Like, we were in the hours leading up to it. Love to watch that. And yeah, lithium. The last time I played, I remember the hunt for lithium was a pain. There are certain things that I did end up just looking up the last time because I was not sure. You know, like the game, it's not straightforward about the progression, but in a way that I kind of like, because it makes sense with the story. You're kind of just wandering around an alien planet. Why would you know what to do? Ah, yes, we have some stuff to break down. We'll make another one of these because we do not have the storage for all of this titanium. And then I think I'm gonna make, yeah, let's make a locker. Speaking of which, I'm just gonna keep like materials that are all the same in here. Like, put a bunch of titanium in there. You were curious one day and wanted to see what would happen if you swam really close to the Aurora when it exploded. And what happened is what you should have suspected would happen. Did it blow you up? See, that's what I expect, is that it like blows you up, or even like if you're caught in the radiation. Because you won't have a radiation, so she doesn't even inform you about the radiation suit until after it happens. I would expect that to get you, if nothing else. Wow. Locker really ended up going far. Just kind of released it. Oh. That'll make us feel bad.
Vital signs stabilizing.
But we've got stuff. I gotta remember to eat in this game more often. Let's see, we need another copper wire. I can prep some stuff at the very least. We'll need another battery. computer chip and the wiring kit. Okay, that's why I've set it up that way. Okay. So I kind of just need silver and gold. I need the good stuff. I need to be a wandering. I'll make more rubber. You're thinking that the developers might have neglected to add that detail in, but nope, they did not. I am so proud of them for that. That makes me so happy to hear. They went there. They went there. Ah, yes, the compass. We need that too. And for that, we need more of the stuff we don't have yet, but at least just silver. I'm not going to be able to help them with the whole under attack thing. Radiation suit is probably going to be prudent. Haven't found any lead yet, though. Battery, lubricant, copper wire, titanium for the Sea Glide was pretty nice. Ah, yes! The map and the lights. Oh, I missed the Sea Glide. Yeah, the attention to detail in this game is something that I was going off about a little bit earlier. Like, I love that things make sense. Like, there's a in-game reason that we are being guided towards things. Sea Glide also makes it so much nicer trying to catch things. I think this next area is usually where I end up building. I like the red kelps. Oh! It feels weird for you to see Subnautica in its normal state at times when you watch streamers. You're currently playing the Red Plague mod.
Cave entrance, depth 90 meters, leading to an unknown environmental biome.
You're currently playing the Red Plague mod, so it looks different in quite a few parts. That's interesting to me. Like, I haven't played through all of it, so I'm probably not gonna mod it yet. But also, if I do end up playing more, it sounds like there is definitely more to explore. Sea moth fragment. Woohoo!
Integrating new PDA data.
She talks so much louder on certain things. Like, she is yelling at me for sure.
Short-range scans suggest this biome supports extensive biodiversity and connects to a number of small cave networks.
I just want to scan the dude. He's going off like a Monster Hunter creature. Don't look at me like that. There he is. Specimen with symptoms of infection. The mods are fun. One of your favorites are planes. Completely useless in Subnautica, but fun. Yeah! I mean, certain areas, getting to the above water areas, above water level areas, probably is gonna be easier with some of the, with some actual flying, you know? Basically, we're flying under the water.
Oxygen efficiency decreased.
In a way, right? There, we've got some lead. And our oxygen is going down fast, so we're gonna need those materials. But also the way that they've made the game is, again, it's basically like flying underneath the water. A lot of this. It's probably pretty well set up for planes to be in the game. Especially since we can, like,
Wiring kits are an essential component of many habitat modules.
jump out of the water like a dolphin in this.
30 seconds.
Oops. The map is so small when you're flying in it. It's insane. Fair. Yeah, I guess I hadn't considered that. But it would be a pretty small map when you're not exploring underwater. We have another message waiting for us at home. But I also really want to harvest stuff right now. They always do this to us. Oh, I picked up gold. I'm now in debt. Not as bad as the diamonds will put me in debt. Where did that creature go? Did I pop it? May have gone into the sea glide. Oops. There's the Reginald.
30 seconds.
It wasn't always. You're saying it was bigger? Or did they actually add a limit? Because I know that the limit before was under the water was caused by creatures blocking you, basically. The scary, scary monsters.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Oh, I can't scan the creature egg. There's quite a few of them here, though. Biter.
Seconds.
Very self-explanatory. Oh, so many biomes didn't make it into this game because it was gonna be bigger originally. So, like, the plans for it you're talking. That's interesting to know. I suppose I see, like, this game feels vast. But also, it could have been bigger. They could have made it so that we spend so much time in this world. Laser cutter, woo! And some shroomies. Can't scan those ones. But they're the small version of the ones that are down in the caves. We at least got the names of those scrap biomes and their concept art, so we're able to imagine what would have been Yeah, I wonder, did they reuse any of that for the second one? Because, I mean, if they had already planned some stuff out that they didn't get to use. But also, I'm curious what the second one is going to be. Like, are we on a different planet? Is it the same planet? I don't even know what Subnautica 2 would look like, because I haven't finished this one. But from what I know, pretty sure there's several endings. Alright, now that this dude is in severe debt. Dolphin jump. And I'm pretty sure I saw a box to scan over here. Yeah. What you got for me? Laser cutter? Yeah. 2 out of 3. We got more parts over here. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait to read that message, or listen to that message at home for us. Till we've done some scanning over here. There's so much here. Sea moth fragment.
30
Want.
seconds.
A light! Did y'all hear that? It sounded like a voice.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Bioreactor fragment is nice. And a sea moth fragment underneath it. 'Tis my lucky day.
Near blueprint acquired.
We're already at 42% power though. Twisty Bridges and lily pad biome are in below zero, aren't they? I do not know. Are they? They are. Okay, so they did revisit those concepts. Then it sounds like that's pretty cool. Yes, you are very loud. Hey, buddy. Alright, we'll have to come back here with the laser cutter. Looks like we've got just about enough stuff.
Seek fluid intake.
Oh, yeah.
Vital signs stabilizing.
We should probably head back now. Oh, yeah, you did. Off the top of your head, the biomes you remember not making it were the Infinite Tree biome, Black Field biome, Lava Forest, Pillars of Silence, Lily Pad biome, Sea of Pillars, Snow biome, became below zero. In entirety, yeah. Rocky Formations biome, Twisty Bridges, and the Single Cell Landscape. Those are... They all sound like some pretty unique ideas. I feel like they definitely... They have cool rock formations. They ended up using the rock formations more as landmarks, it feels like, in this game. Oh, I passed it. But it's probably not what they were talking about with like the Sea of Pillars rocky formations. I can see how they could up the ante on that, basically. Alright, we want wiring kits. We have this, we have these. There's something else I needed, right? Copper wiring? Yeah. Ah, we know how to make the laser cutter now, but we'll need diamonds. Got the computer chip. We can make a habitat builder now.
Blueprint acquired.
Which, now that I've found the red kelp area, I'm probably gonna build there again. I really like that area for building. It's got the Reginalds. And pretty decent access to the other biomes. While not being super dangerous. Is it sunset yet? Nearly, nearly. I'll peek out there. Probably have time for the radio
Slavery
message
Quinn,
though.
trading ship Sunbeam. Aurora D. Reed, over. Nothing but vacuum. These Alterra ships. They run low on engine grease, send an SOS. You offer to help, they don't pick up. Aurora, I'm out on the far side of the system. It's gonna take more than a week to reach your position. Do you still need our assistance? Over.
Yeah.
I'll try them again tomorrow. Damn charter's gonna have us blowing our credits running errands for Alterra. See what the long-range scans pick up in the meantime.
That is grim to hear. Autocorrect, yeah. I feel like autocorrect ends up messing up more sentences than it helps. Sometimes catastrophically. So the Rocky Formations biome would have added more fantasy into the game. It was going to be a biome guarded by these two gigantic rock formations that would randomly open and close. You would have to time going into it perfectly without getting pancaked. I kind of like that, though. I don't know if that's just like, I liked Quest for Glory, and basically the first zone that you were in Quest for Glory, there was a massive slime sitting in a doorway that you would run up to it and it would jump real far into the air, so you'd try to run underneath it in time and it would just always splat right down onto you. There was never time. It reminds me vaguely of that.
Plan pre-recorded distress call.
This is LifePod 6. I have a passenger on board. Coordinates attached. We've landed a kilometer from the crash site, but there's radiation in between us and the rendezvous. Request immediate assistance.
I did
6
pick
out.
up some lead.
Signal coordinates corrupted. Approximate transmission origin recorded to data bank.
Oh yeah, I forgot the sunset. We'll see plenty of them though, I'm sure. Okay, so the habitat builder I've already built. I can take this stuff. Actually, wiring kit we'll need another one of. Computer chip we don't need though. We'll want a radiation suit, which we just need another fiber mesh for, I'm pretty sure. We'll grab some creep vines in the morning. What else do we need? There's several things we can make. Propulsion cannon, we almost know how to make it. We've got the sulfur. We don't have diamonds. We need another battery, but I don't think we have copper. Oh, we have one more copper, but we don't have the shroomies. We've got several things. Titanium I'll drop off the storage locker outside. Oh, I need a bigger storage locker. We'll keep a few inside. The first time I played this game, this is about the time in the game where I'm feeling like a creeping sense of paranoia that just builds as it hints more and more that I'm being stalked, along with everybody else in the escape pods that have already died. The reason the biomes got boot is overambition. They realized they were limited on dev time and that instead of adding all the biomes and rushing them, they would shorten the amount of biomes so that they could polish them as much as they can without time crunch. Yeah, I feel like they made the right move there. I really do feel that they made the right move. Is what they got out of it is a really good game that makes sense. The things in it make sense to the point where you can use the details that you have to intuit things that you don't necessarily know and then have it confirmed later. Which I think is a great quality in a game. Do you hope Subnautica 2 is good and all the drama hasn't ruined development? Very much agreed. Very, very much agreed. Oh yeah, what was it we needed for this? We need silver. Do we have any more silver? No, we don't. Oh, no spare. Alright, we need one more fiber mesh. I'll keep that on me. So we need shroomies, we need creepvine. We need more silver. And we need more copper, because we'll need a wiring kit too. Or just copper wire. Yeah, 2 of them. I'll use the 2 that I have to make the wiring. Yeah, just give it to me even though I've exited out already. That's good. So the compass will need 2 more silver. Laser cutter's gonna have to wait. It would be nice to just keep spare batteries on us anyway, so I need to gather up some materials for that. We figured out how to make the Seamoth, but we don't have the mobile vehicle bay yet. Multi-purpose room I'm really gonna want too. We have more swimming ahead of us for sure. Let's see, how am I on time? I got time, I got time. Ooh. I'm gonna pause so that I can read this out without losing daylight. The single cell landscape. It would have been absolutely horrifying if it was kept in. It was going to be a biome with its own structures, of course, but at the bottom there would have been this giant living mass of tendrils that took up the whole floor. And if you swam too close to it, an animation would play of a tendril grabbing the player's arm and pulling them downward and trapping them until they drowned so that it could eat them. That is terrifying, but I also love it. It goes really well with the theme of you're on an alien planet and you don't know exactly how the things on this alien planet are going to be dangerous to you. You know, not only whether they will be dangerous to you, but how. Especially since you have to get close to things to scan them. Alright, in the other area there actually were a lot of the limestone outcrops too, but I definitely want at least one battery before I leave here. We did grab a whole bunch of mushrooms, so it would be good to have more. Could just drop them. Seems a waste, though.
Oxygen.
Fine. I am not a sea creature yet. Oh, nice. There's actually a few of these in here. Okay, the map is not gonna help me. I'm just not gonna go too deep. Like, did that open up another entrance? Oh, hello. Goodbye.
30 seconds.
Glad I didn't go in there before. The concept art for the biome shows hundreds of tendrils trying to pull a giant submarine downward. The tendrils would have also instantly attacked you if you turned on any light source. The amount of funny YouTube clips of people getting jump scared by it would have been gold. Agreed. Agreed. I feel like that's one of those that it probably would be more fun to watch than play it out yourself. But also, there's so much potential there. There's so much potential there. Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna make a bunch of them. We can't really recharge them yet. Another message.
Aurora, this is Sunbeam again. We just picked up a massive debris field at your location. I didn't know how many of you...
Yeah, you think?
We're now en route to your location. We're gonna bring you home. Sunbeam out. What else can I say? The only time I parked a rig this big on a rock that small was in VR. And I blew it. It's a bad option, all right, but so are all the others.
That is not what I want to be hearing. Now, I do actually know how this goes if we do not intervene. I do not think I'm gonna be able to in time in this save. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure. I am gonna try. Take this food with us. The eating noises, just horrible, always. Okay, and I instantly forget what I need. I need Creepvine, and I need the red kelp area that it removed the tag for. Which direction was it? I remember it was over the kelpy area. The tall kelp. Creepvine, that's what you're called. Someone made a YouTube video going into detail about the cut biomes. It's how you found out about them. It's made you go on a snooping fest afterward looking up the cut content for the game in the wiki. So you're gonna know if they bring it back for Subnautica 2. If you're back in here, you'll have to let us know after it's released how much you recognize. make an extra. Oh, apparently Below Zero is being treated separately. Sorry, I gotta move the chat over to the other side of the screen. I think that it should be good there. But yeah, like, Subnautica Below Zero is, like, technically it's the sequel, but also, from what I understand by the community, it's treated differently than a typical sequel would be. Oh, we could actually make the better O2 tank. I'm gonna go for that with our 1 silver. So we made the glass already. We've got that prepped. Then we'll go over to the other area to pick up more silver. Oh, it auto-equips it. Love that. Yeah. Yeah, like, technically, it is the second released game. But it is not Subnautica 2. Let's see. I'm carrying too much stuff on me. We'll make some more glass out of that. Hello, hello. I'm doing all right. How about you? Welcome all. Happy to have some friends with me under the water. Ooh, we can make a rebreather now. We could actually pretty much make it already. We already have the extra fiber mesh. We just need a whole bunch of silver now. Stream's going pretty good today. Chill time playing some Subnautica. Where's the sun? Alright, we're about midday. I gotta figure out where that place was. I think there's a way to re-enable... Yes. Show me that. Show me that. I'm gonna make it yellow. And I'm gonna make... No, I don't want to make it life pod red. Then I'll be subconsciously moving away from it. Where is my beacon? There it is. The developers treat Below Zero more like a DLC or proof of concept. Got you. Got you. Well, it's just sort of the place that that game has in the series is unique, it sounds like. Is that something for me to scan down there? A mobile vehicle bay fragment. We'd love to see it. Eventually we'll be able to make that sea moth that we already know how to make. Another creature egg that we can't scan. There it is. The red kelp! I love the red kelp. I don't know why this area is so pleasing to my eyeballs. but it simply is. I also like the tiny versions of these shrooms. Oh, an eye. Different version than we have here on Earth. Oh, also, I love the space whales. A different version of space whale than I normally envision. But they still feel like space whales. Like, they're whales, but manta rays. That is a cool alien right there. Below Zero only had one biome that didn't make it into the game, called the Deep Arctic. Would have been inside of a giant glacier, which would have been sick. Yeah, that would have been sick. There's this blue that you only see basically like when light shines through water like that.
Oxygen efficiency decreased.
That would have been a gorgeous area if they had gone, I think it's Rayleigh Blue. Like, it has a special name. And it can't really be captured on camera. It's impossible to hate the reefbacks. Yeah, they're really freaking cool. Plus, the way that they move ecosystems around is a really cool creature concept to me. Man, it's already nighttime. This is why I always end up building here. Is I spend so much time gathering the materials here. We just end up needing it constantly. But we get limestone deposits and the other ones, the round ones that give you silver and gold. You get two different kinds of deposits in that area. It's really pretty. You got the reefbacks singing to you. And only the sand sharks and the biters really bug you there. For some reason, the sand sharks freak me out less than the stalkers do. What else do I like to play besides Subnautica? Well, other stuff I've been playing on here recently is like Project Zomboid, Dwarf Fortress. I've been playing a little bit of BioShock for some more Under the Sea content. What else? What else? Oh, I've played some WoW on here. I've played some League of Legends on here even. Mostly I stick to like survival games and Dwarf Fortress I've been kind of stuck on recently. We didn't get any silver. That was not as productive a run as I would have hoped. We've got 2% charge left on the Sea Glide. I'm gonna wait until that runs out before I replace it. Yes, we need more of the titanium. Oh yeah, I just started watching Lost again. Which, if you haven't rewatched it since it came out on TV, it's interesting. There were so many commercial breaks and we had to wait like a week between each one. To the point where it feels so different to watch Lost now. Where you don't have the commercial breaks, you don't have having to wait, you can just binge watch it. Even just watching the pilot all as one feels really different. I'm curious to see how that's gonna go. I feel like I'm actually gonna like it way more this time. You like to play story games such as RDR2, Red Dead Redemption 2, GTA 5, and Clair Obscur. I've heard some good things about all three of those, but I haven't actually played. I've never played a GTA game, but I did play one of the Saints Row game. One of the Saints Row. I don't even remember which one. I haven't played Clair Obscur though. Just gonna keep watching this. Oh, the reefbacks you're talking about. They almost made it into Below Zero 2, and the concept art was made for them with giant humps in front of them to break through the ice. Okay. That's pretty cool. I can see why they didn't add it, because that would be kind of a pain to make work, like actually function in the game, so that you could watch them exhibit their behavior. But that's a really cool concept. You recommended it? Alright. Alright. Very fair. I'll have to add it to a wish list. It's one of those things I've heard friends talk about it, but I wasn't sure that I would be interested. But I'd be willing to check it out with stream. And why don't I have emotes and panels on my channel, even though I'm affiliated? I really just haven't done it yet. I feel like it's something that should come together over time with the community. Ideally, right? But also, I think it would be fun to, I don't know. I'm still deciding how I want to do things. I've definitely considered commissioning some stuff at some point. I'm not interested in seeing your work right now, but if you become a regular here, and, you know, like, if you're in the community, then it would be fun to commission somebody in the community. I'm just going up and down the ladder while I think. Yeah. But yeah, I've had a few people offer, but nobody stays. And usually will just unfollow when they realize I'm not just gonna pay them up, like, because I met them. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'd prefer that it be somebody who's in on the inside jokes of the stream and stuff like that, who knows the kind of emotes that the chat would want from just having hung out in chat. We're not doing this right now, Linnea. I am on stream. I'm not looking at your art. I'm not interested in buying. No soliciting, please. Oh, I just flew right into the floaters. Sorry, guys. Speaking of the reefbacks, in the original Subnautica, they were planned to have the ability to dive into sand. And then pop back out of it. You normally would say it's scrapped, but the developers didn't delete its coding for diving in the sand in the game files. So there are very rare moments of them actually doing it. Thing is, you've been a fan of the series since 2014, and you've only seen them do it once, so your chances of seeing it are very small. That's really cool. Like, as a rare event, they still exhibit the behavior. That's almost cooler. Like, that's a feature turned into a bug turned into a feature, basically. It's a fun back and forth there. Hi. Don't try to eat me. That's quite rude. What are they called? Sandstone outcrops. I guess we already scanned them. Some more gold. That's actually not what I want at all right now. Hey, the sand sharks actually just kind of sound cool. Why are you still chasing me, bro? That's wild. The infected ones are definitely more aggressive. Let's scan ourselves again. Still normal. I wasn't checking it as often the last time I played, so I didn't really notice when it changed. Like, what caused it to change. Lots of stuff to scan down here, but not all that much time. Drooping Stinger, that's what poisoned me before. Let's get on out of there. Although there was lots of stuff down there. Sandstone outcrops are great. We need like 2 of the advanced wiring kits.
Seek fluid intake.
You thought it was a bug when you first saw it because there wasn't any detail of sand kicking up as they went down. They just clipped through the floor and didn't come back up like they were supposed to. You could tell the ability didn't get developed very far. Fair, yeah. And see, that's what I was thinking with the second design is, like, parts of that are much harder to do, to actually, like, implement than others. Because it's not just the behavior of them going underneath the sand. But also, like you notice there, like, the sand isn't getting disturbed. There's a lot that's missing to both indicate what's actually happening, but also probably control their behavior while they're down there. Because, like, when they go down there, are they just disappearing and then reappearing somewhere else as far as the game's concerned? Or are they moving around underneath the sand like they normally would swim above water? Is there any limit as to, like, which direction that they go when they're doing that? You know, like, weird issues would probably start to pop up. But at the same time, it's a really cool concept, so it's kind of fun that even if it's glitchy, it still makes its way into the game. Bioreactor fragment, awesome.
New blueprint acquired.
Alright, we don't need the metal salvage yet. We are going to end up using a lot of titanium, if I remember correctly, during the making of a little building for ourselves. Let's see, there were a lot more sandstone outcroppings underneath there. See, this is what I'm saying with, like, there are still some rock sculptures and stuff like that. I like how the floaters form part of that sculpture. Making an animation of them breaking through the ice would have been so time-consuming and buggy and more time-consuming. Yes, exactly. Because part of this is, too, like, those are objects that normally you can't go through. You know, like, it's just a solid thing. So, let's say you start with one big, you know, like, iceberg. Then you have to have several different phases of it being chipped away before it disappears. You can't actually shave off parts of it without having something that looks like the thing you had before with parts shaved off of it. So yeah, it just gets more and more complicated. Even though it would be a really cool mechanic. Did I pick up any bladderfish? No, I'll need to catch them as I go along. There's something that feels so exposed about swimming over this area. I don't know if I even want to look down. It won't help, will it? At least it's not as vast as some of the areas leave beneath. Okay, we need bladderfish. Did I put down any water? No. I wouldn't be so kind to myself. Didn't catch any Reginalds. Best way to implement it, Clicky says, we literally swap out of the physics engine to a voxel-based system, in which case they're already building a new game. Yeah, good point. Good point. That actually, if they want to do mechanics like that, that would be a really cool way to do it. And I don't know if I would say that I have a phobia necessarily of the ocean. I consider my fear of the ocean to be quite grounded in reality and realistic and reasonable. But perhaps it's not. That does seem like a matter of opinion. This game has definitely made, like, my heart rate increase and stuff like that, though. Like, I have had physical responses to certain places in this game. But it mostly tends to make me just, like, nervous, you know? Like, not quite like if I was there myself. It's still just a simulation of it.
Vital signs.
This is not my first playthrough. But I also haven't completely finished the game, so if all things go as planned here, then I would like to finish the game for the first time with stream. Certainly not today, but over time. I think it would be fun. Black Widow loves getting jump scared in horror games. It gives you an adrenaline rush. I like it. Yeah, I like it. Considering how many games that I veer towards that have elements, like jump scare elements, but I like jump scares in a specific way. Like, Five Nights at Freddy's isn't necessarily my style. But Project Zomboid has a jump scare noise when your character suddenly is presented with, you know, a zombie in front of them that they hadn't noticed until then. And every time I jump and have this little moment and then go and just kind of laugh at myself, because it's me and the character being scared by something at the same time. And I like that. It's like the little panicky movements that you make when you get actually jump scared. Sometimes it'll make you, like, bump the button that makes your character yell and stuff like that, where it's like your character made a noise because they were surprised. It just kind of fits very well into the atmosphere. I guess that's what I'm looking for. If it fits into the atmosphere, then I like it a lot more. We need more titanium. Where'd the locker go? There it is. Eventually we'll have a cluster of them, and it'll be easier to spot them. Clicky doesn't go in the ocean because of the animals that live in the ocean. Many of which are legitimately scary on their own right. You do not go in the ocean because every country on Earth allows, under certain conditions, the dumping of raw sewage into the ocean, and you're the kind of girl that has a shower before you have a bath. You know what? That actually makes a lot of sense, you know? That sounds like a reasonable place to stand, you know? Alright. We need more silver. Just wait until you find out what the military does with car batteries. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, I need to go and find more silver. We've got enough daylight. Right. Did it get rid of my marker again? I think it's just across here though. It's your hill and the ocean doesn't touch it. Black Widow had a field day when playing Phasmophobia with friends. You would intentionally try to irritate the ghosts to make it appear, and they'd be like, what the hell are you doing? You like being scared. This may have been the wrong direction. This feels wrong. Here's the stuff I'm looking for. Okay, Phasmophobia with friends is so much better though. I feel like jump scares with friends is different than jump scares alone. Because jump scares alone almost just annoy me. But jump scares with friends, like, that's back and forth laughing together, like, at yourselves and each other. It's great. It's a wonderful time. Yes, I know, it is vast. Yes, I know there are large prey items right next. Actually, does anything eat the reefbacks? I wonder. I'm pretty sure there are big enough things to eat the reefbacks. But do they? Because the things are half plant anyway. Everything that grows on their back. What's this? Sea moth fragment. There's always a bigger fish. Always. Man, it's getting dark again already.
30 seconds.
Oceans have plenty of corpses, yet people swim in them. No one would swim in a pool with a corpse in it. This means there's a corpse to water ratio after which we don't care. It's like bug parts in food. It's all about the ratio. Oh, I don't like the music when it does that. It's being so rude. I know, it's getting dark. I need to go up. I have a flashlight. I could technically stay out, but I don't want to, even with extra batteries. I have to go over this and it's getting dark. You see what I mean? Where, like, it's reasonable to be freaked out by this. In fact, I don't think it's a phobia. I think you're unreasonable if you're not freaked out by that. We are humans. We do not belong in the ocean like this. Viral load per milliliter is an extremely underrated statistic. Well, there you go. We got it right there. They dumped chemical weapons in the oceans. They did surgery on a grape. Ah, we got 1 silver. I mean, considering we started with nothing and a broken escape pod, we've still made some good progress already. Of course, when I want silver, it's giving me a whole bunch of gold.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Let's see, do we need another battery? I think we made several. Yes. We did make several. I'll store the gold, because I don't think we even need that for anything we're trying to build right now. Yeah, the laser cutter needs diamond. We've got some more stuff that we need to scan. We need more mobile vehicle bay parts. We're almost certainly not gonna save that ship coming for us. I have other priorities. We can make a bioreactor already, though. I would love to have an aquarium as well. Food is less of a focus in this, but it is still a survival game. If you've got the settings on. Exploitable flora. We got our acid mushrooms, we've got our creep vines, we've got our sulfur plants so far. And the rest of these are just cool. Yeah. I think I like the blue palm the best visually. After World War II, the Allies wouldn't buy surplus US World War II weapons, including chemical weapons, so the US dumped them in the ocean. Everyone very mad at the US about it. However, everyone else did it too, so... you know, just throw it in the ocean. How much of human history has just toss it in the ocean? That won't come back to bite us. You know, like, it'll just be gone. It's dealt with. How much of our history have we been dealing with stuff that way? Black Widow, you tried out the Subnautica multiplayer mod with friends when it first released. It was a hilarious disaster. Bugs were everywhere. Players would get randomly launched into the air if you swapped tools too fast. Some vehicles were invisible, so you would sometimes destroy your friends unintentionally. At some point, all the fish in Leviathan stopped moving, and lastly, the fish stopped spawning. So everybody starves to death. That is just an escalating sequence of mods right there. That had to be fun chaos, though, with friends. Some of the best diving spots in the world are World War II oceanic battlegrounds. Now, by best diving spots, do you mean as far as the loot you pick up? Or safety? I feel like the purpose of the dive kind of matters here. But this character is a bit of a loot goblin. They'd be down for that. For a while, you had to survive by cutting kelp leaves, which sucked because the kelp leaf is the worst food in the game. I didn't even realize that it is a food. That's how bad a food it is. Whoops. We'll grab some more titanium. We'll make another ingot. Looting is generally strictly prohibited, but the sheer amount of things to see in one tank of air got you. So, like, sightseeing. I guess that is what people would dive for mostly, huh? Just to have a look, you know? Alright, we've got a spare battery. We've got daylight. And we do not have the beacon. Keeps deleting it when I get there. It's like, you already know where this is. I know roughly the direction it's in. I am going to be stopping here. So I'm gonna save, and I'm not gonna go any further for now. We'll leave ourselves at daytime so we can get right into it next time. Our history till like 30 years ago, Snipe says, we just dumped everything in the ocean. Yeah, till like 30 years ago. Like, all of human history, we've been getting rid of shit by dumping it in the ocean. And now all of a sudden we're like, maybe that wasn't such a good idea. I don't actually want to go in the ocean anymore. Clicky's only dived once, had a panic attack about sharks, and then got back on the scuba boat. Relatable content. That is extremely relatable right there. I feel like after watching Jaws, everybody's a little bit scarred as a kid, you know? Ocean big. Yeah. Yeah, it's so big, nobody's ever gonna find it. You know? Like... Sharks are like dogs. They only bite if you touch their private parts. What they consider private parts, that is up to their judgment. You know, like they make that decision. It's a movie quote. Nice. It's not accurate, but it's funny. You know? Unless you really widen the idea of private parts to territories as well. But yeah, from what I've heard, a lot of the time sharks are actually just curious. And they don't realize that putting us in their mouth is really scary. And we don't like being eaten. They only do a little nibble because they're curious. I understand this is true, but depending on the shark's size, a little nibble is my entire leg, and I like my legs. See, Clicky, you're on the same train of thought as I am there. Yeah. A little nibble means something very different to a shark than it does us. Black Widow's #1 favorite mod in this game is definitely the de-extinction mod. Oh, it adds new fish and leviathans, some of which the devs made concept art of but never added into the game. If it includes the one that I'm thinking of, that is terrifying. There are some big bones in this. There's some really big fossils in this game. The sharks in Finding Nemo gave you an idea of how dangerous they can truly be if circumstances are met. That actually, it's an interesting way to teach people that. Is yeah, like, it was fine until it wasn't. And then when it wasn't, it was really not okay. Like, they are scary when they're scary, but they're not scary when they're not scary. Clicky, the shark, can admire Clicky's leg from the ocean whilst Clicky stays on the land. I feel like that's the right thinking. I think as soon as we're, like, what is it, like, knee deep in the ocean, it's like, by the time you are waist deep in the ocean, you are no longer the apex predator in the territory that you are in. You gotta keep that in mind. A lot of animals give us a wide berth. They give us a certain amount of respect because they recognize what we can do. Things are a little different in the ocean. Yes, thank you all for such a fun time streaming. It's always great gaming with you. Hope you have a very merry time zone, a great rest of your day.